This week we are back talking about my freebie, the short launch framework. And last episode we talked about the lead setup. We talked about creating the lead magnet, the freebie, all the steps that we needed. And now this week we're going into the sales setup. So if you've not listened to last week's, go and have a listen and download the free framework that's in the show notes and follow along as I go. So the sales setup. So this is where the interest turns into clients. So at this stage, we're looking about where your audience are. And they've been warming up in that setup that you've already created. They've got the emails, you've created a little bit of curiosity, talked about your offer, that service that you're going to be selling. Now we're going to be helping them make some decisions. So your sales setup creates the pathway and the customer journey that allows someone to move from learning about your offer to confidently purchasing, investing in you. So this is where your messaging and your pages are going to change a little bit. So we're going to be a little bit more in sales mode. Your automations are going to work together because we're going to move them automatically through this journey without you touching a button. So once you've created this once, it continues as long as you want it to go on. And the bonus about creating something like this is the next time you need to do it, we can duplicate the steps. We can clone it, we can edit it to be exactly what you want it to be. So this step it's got to be clear to navigate. If this stage is unclear or it's confusing to navigate, this is where people drop off. So remember, the top of the funnel, we've got all these people in. We want to be clear. We want to know exactly what we're selling and all the options on there. Everything needs to work, because if something's not working in this stage, this is when they drop off. This is when less emails are going to start to be opened, and that's normal. It's normal, but if this is when you can start looking at the actual back end of things and thinking, if someone's dropped off here, is there a reason? If we're having a couple of people, more people dropping off at this point because you've gone through your tags and you've looked and you've gone, oh, they've opened that email, they've opened this email, but the next email they stopped opening emails. Why? So this needs to be structured properly. It needs to be a good journey. It needs to feel simple and seamless for you, for one, and for your client who's coming in. So people know exactly what the offer is and how it helps them and how they're going to take the next step. So it needs to be super clear. It doesn't need to be, if you want to do this, message me and I'll send you my details and you can send a bank transfer. It needs to be, if you want it, this is where you buy it. This is how you book a call. So we're going to go through the same sort of steps as last time. We're going to look at the branding. So we're going to create a sales page, but we need to look at what our branding is going to be. So I always start when I'm working with clients is the first thing we do is the branding. I always ask my clients, what is the feel? What is the feel for this freebie, for this sales page, for this offer? And they'll come back and they're like, it's for these people. These are who I want people to buy, my ideal client. This is what they're going to get. We're looking at, so when I did the launch build, it's about creating freedom. So to bring in sales with creating some freedom, it's aimed at people that have got a big coaching business and they no longer want to have to mess around with this sort of stuff. They want someone to come in and take over. The money is definitely going to be there a little bit in this one. So the launch build, the money's going to be there a little bit. But my biggest thing is creating time and freedom. More time, more freedom, so they can go out and do the stuff that they enjoy doing, the bits of their job that they love. And I take away the stress of the stuff that they don't. So creating the visuals, creating everything before, and then putting it into a sales page. So again, if you're going to use Kartra, this is when you're going to create a brand new page in Kartra. And there's a few different things that you're going to create as well. So we're going to obviously create the funnel, we're going to do the email marketing, but the payments. So this is where the payment option comes in. Creating your sales page, you're going to get all your copy together. You're going to look at who it's for, what it is, what steps they're going to take, and create some good sections. Bring some pictures in, some visuals, make everything look really nice together. So again, really important to me is how the actual sales page looks, as well as Is it taking on a journey? Is it covering all the steps? Is it too much? Is it not enough? So we're going to create that sales page in whatever system platform you're going to use. If you're going to use MailerLite, again, you can get talking to each other. There's so many more platforms. I just don't use a lot of different ones. But Kajabi, Go High Level, there's lots of different places that you can create a sales page. But definitely, again, if you want in a free option, MailerLite, you've got using Standstore. Standstore, again, really easy to use. You can't make an actual, you create a sales page, but you can't make it in sections looking different. It's all in one thing, but you can add some blocks in with different photos, and you can do different colours and things throughout it. So we're going to create this sales page. We're going to make sure that on this sales page, we've got all your different bits in there. You've got testimonials, you've got FAQs if we need them, but the checkout's the important bit. So we're going to go and create the payment steps. So if you're using MailerLite, it might be that you've got to go into Stripe or PayPal and create some sort of subscription, so you can add that button in. If you're using Kartra, places like that, you go into the payments option and you create a payment. At Kartra, it's all in one place, so there's really good buttons that you can add a button in, you can click what goes behind it. But if it's an external link, you'll pull that in as well. So we're creating all the steps that we need to do. We're making sure that it's easy for them to pay. And then once they've paid, what happens next? Obviously, the system should send an invoice out to them. So they've got an invoice, but we want a thank you page. So a thank you page is really important in this step because they've purchased something off you. So you need to make sure that you've got all these stages. So when you're creating and you're looking through the Short Launch framework, you'll see that the stage after is your delivery setup, so where it's going to be coming from. This all needs to be set up. So don't think, oh, I'm going to create my freebie and launch that without doing the sales setup. The full funnel needs to be created, because if not, you could get these really hot leads that are coming in at stage 1 and then you've got nothing to sell to them. So they just end up being people on a list that you've collected. If we've got them warm, why not keep them with that journey? Because once they've dropped off, it's hard to bring them back in, because you're just another email in their inbox. And how many emails do we get a day that we think, well, I'm not even opening that? But if something's fresh in your mind and you've downloaded that PDF, you've watched that video and they're talking about this really good service that they've got, then it's not there for them to buy. It makes it really hard. So in my Short Launch framework, I'm selling the launch build, and there's no sales page for the launch build. My sales setup for the launch build is booking them on a call, because I will not sell, like personally, I do not want to sell a service that is the amount of money that is. So it's an I-end service through a sales page. I want to talk to that person. I want to make sure they're my people and that I want to create the launch bill for them. And I want to do this amount of work for them anyway. But I want them to know exactly what they're getting from me, who I am as a person. So it could be that you're selling a one-to-one call. If you are selling that one-to-one call, your sales setup will be more of booking a call, making sure that calendar's in place so they can easily book a call with you. Not to book a call, message me. They want to know that they can go in and book a call. So think this as an automation, and let's put it back into having an actual shop. So you're a beauty therapist and your freebie is a how-to video on, or the benefits of having brow lamination. So you've got all these benefits, and then they've read it and they're like, God, I really want my brows laminated. How can I get my brows laminated? And then there's nothing. Your next step needs to be, this is how you get your brows laminated. Book here. Book this service here. Book this to have a chat with me. So obviously for brow lamination you wouldn't, but it would be booking that service. It'd take to the actual service or treatment on the booking system so they can book in. Because if not, they will go to Google and search brow lamination in my area. Where can I get my brows laminated? They just go and book the next person that they can at 2:00 in the morning while they're scrolling through Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and they see that offer. So that next setup needs to be in place. No matter if it's call, if it's sending them to a service, it needs to be in place. So my process through this is they get stage 1, So they sign up, they get around 10 emails with a lot of good juiciness in there, and them emails are converting them into booking a call. Then when they book the call, if they want to go on, they will go to the launch build sales page. If they don't decide to go on, then they'll still get the sales page in a follow-up email so they can go and read through and recap everything what we spoke about and make their decision. So we need to make sure all these things are in place. They can make a payment, and then the emails after that. So these are not going to be sales emails after this. These are going to be emails to get them into the right place at the right time. So it could be that they got login access to a membership. They have got the booking thing to book a call with you. Once they've signed up, they might get a free one-to-one, they might get somewhere. So they've got the next email that they need. So where do I go? I've invested money into you. When does it start? So it's really good that how this process works is that if they buy something and they go through this and they sign into a membership, they can access the first video at 2:00 in the morning if they want to. So I signed up to something last night for a free trial. I signed up and I was laid in bed last night watching the emails come through with the messages and the videos and the welcome messages and things like that. It means that it was like a free trial for this exercise thing. So it means that today or last night I could have gone and got started straight away. I didn't have to wait for someone to then read my message, give me a password, give me access. It's all there and put through. So we're going to make sure that all these are going through. If you are doing a setup where it's a live challenge and you're actually opening the doors to a membership on the 1st of June and you're like, doors open now, it could mean that you need some emails to go out to your whole list. So doors are open now and the emails go out to start talking about this product to everybody on your list, not just the people who have gone through this process. So we're going to put some sales emails in place that are going to talk to your existing audience, and then you're going to look at the promotion. So you're going to have some graphics in place. You're going to talk about it on Instagram, on Facebook, on your stories, on your reels. Everything's going to be in place for you to be able to go and tell the whole world about this step. If it's a step that's only through this and they've got to download this thing first, it's going to stay without putting it online. But most people, you want to get your whatever out. You might have a mastermind and you're going to be selling this mastermind to your existing audience, but you use this lead magnet to bring some new people in as well. So we'll look at the promotion side of this. So when this stage is fully booked, your audience is going to move that smoothly from interested to purchasing to the sales process. And then we're going to look at where they go next, which is going to be the delivery. So next podcast episode, we're going to look at the delivery setup. So where they enter your offer. So what is your onboarding like? What does it feel like once they've paid and they're in your world and they've invested in you? What kind of process do you have there? So I will drop again some affiliate links to Kartra and Standstorm and things like that down in the show notes. And if you want to download the freebie and you've not done it yet and you've come to me at this stage, go and watch the other videos if you've not yet, because it'll make more sense. And next week, we're going to look at the delivery setup. And any questions, please feel free to pop to Instagram and ask me. I am more than welcoming you to my world, more than happy to reply and give you some hints and tips. But if anybody's like, oh my God, I need this in my world, if you go through my freebie, you will find, I'll put the platform recommendations in there as well, but you will also find a link to book a call with me to get your launch build in place. Go and have a look at the freebie. There's so much more than I am actually talking about in these podcast episodes for you to be able to go and dig deep in. And I'll see you later.